welcome once again, HIW Wildside Wrestling fans, to another edition of Wildside TV. As always, I'm your host, the real Bobby Munson, and beside me is the man with the angelic voice, Papa Smokes. How you doing this evening?
Papa Smokes is doing great tonight, Bobby. Really pumped for a good night of wrestling action.
It's going to be a great one, as always, here. And we are geared up to start. We are going to head down to ringside with your ring announcer, J.G. Muller. We're going to start things off with a non-title match. We are going to see the Skyflyer Jeff Tyler, the Central Canadian Heavyweight Champion, and he's going to be taking on the Invincible One, Brett Evans. Brett Evans, a lot of storyline going on there with him, especially heading into Spring Meltdown in Regina on the 27th. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about Brett Evans and what he's got going on at the moment?
Well, I'll tell you what, Munson, the Saskatoon fans like to mock Brett Evans. They like to make fun of him. You hear these comments about muffin top, you hear comments about cheeseburgers. I think the Wildside fans better get behind Brett Evans. They better learn to like him because he's representing Wildside wrestling.
That is definitely true, and while my personal feelings aside about the Invincible One, Brett Evans, I do have to say I am rooting for him going into Spring Meltdown because I definitely want to see our very own GM Dice Steele take over as the CEO of HIW Canada. So Brett Evans is our guy that is going to be able to have that opportunity, but he has to go through HIW Canada's Leo London in order to do so. And speaking of HIW Canada people in particular, we know that we are going to see HIW Canada's very own Central Canadian Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Tyler here, but we have a little bit of a push back and forth, a fan getting involved there with Brett Evans. Something we have to stress, fans do not get involved with the wrestlers. It is told to you time and time again, you don't want to be messing with these boys. They mean business. And here comes the Skyflyer, Central Canadian Heavyweight Champion. Had his own set of issues as of late with HIW Wildside's very own El Asesino.
Yeah, you know what, Munson? I'm sick of this Jeff Tyler character. He comes out, they got their chance, Jeff. But what he really does is sticks his nose in other people's business. He stuck his nose in El Asesino's business, and I think he's going to live to regret that.
Yes, you saw last week on Wildside TV, yes, El Asesino challenging a young guy from the crowd, young Tony Novak, and saying that a contract could possibly be available for young Tony Novak if he were to beat El Asesino, and beat him he did. He was able to get the 3 count there, maybe with a little bit of assistance from Jeff Tyler and the distraction at ringside.
Yeah, give me a break, Bobby. That was brutal. Tyler comes out and interferes in that match, providing the distraction. I think it was just absolutely brutal, and he's going to get what's coming to him.
At the same time, it's all about not taking your eyes off the prize, and El Asesino took his eyes off the prize and paid dearly with a loss in last week's episode. How important is this match to both individuals as we head into the big season? This coming up in only a few weeks. We've got Spring Meltdown in Regina, April 27th. You know that both men going to be on that card. And then also Battle Arts coming up in May as well. Both men definitely need to look strong. So what does either one of these guys have to do tonight to gain an advantage going into the big shows?
I think Brett Evans needs to stay focused. I think he needs to concentrate on his opponent tonight. Getting a win over even a non-title win over Jeff Tyler would be a huge boost for his confidence.
It definitely would. Jeff Tyler, definitely one of the top stars of HIW, multiple-time champion as well. As he heads over the top ropes, and what a maneuver, and that's what we get from the Skyflyer, is maneuvers like that as he takes Brett Evans out to the floor. Always a fan favorite, whether in Saskatoon or Regina, is the Skyflyer, Jeff Tyler. A nice clothesline there, taking Brett Evans down. Oh my goodness, what a reversal from the Invincible One.
Very nice, very nice. He had that scouted all the way.
Brett Evans definitely using his intelligence inside the squared circle in order to get the better of Jeff Tyler there, and not hesitating whatsoever to go on the attack afterwards.
And you know what, Munson? We've seen a change in Brett Evans over the past months. He's formerly known as the Northern Wolf, Brett Evans, but since he's got this tag Invincible, seems like he has an attitude about him. His attitude is always bad, but it seems even worse. I think he's focused on getting some gold around his waist.
And yes, he has had that focus lately, as he has been in a lot of times coming out and attacking our current Wildside Provincial Champion, Kat Von Heez, definitely getting involved in her matchups, and also trying to prevent her, her husband, Bobby Sharpe, from getting an opportunity. And we're going to see the two of them later on this evening in our main event in a HIW Wildside Provincial Championship match as well, too.
You see, Evans has slowed the pace of this match down. He wants to get away from that high-flying technique of Jeff Tyler, and he's gonna use strength, he's gonna use technique, and he's gonna slow it down, I think.
And that's definitely what you need to do against someone the likes of Jeff Tyler. As you see, springing off the middle rope, the Skyflyer loves to work a very fast-paced match, and it favors him. But the longer this one goes on, and the more methodical it becomes, it definitely goes in favor of Brett Evans. Jeff Tyler now going to the body of Brett Evans. Those kicks definitely going to take the wind right out of you, making it harder to make yourself available to move around that ring. And it's going to slow Brett Evans right down. And oh my, what a takedown from the Invincible One.
You know, I can't help but think that Jeff Tyler's living on borrowed time right now. He got Assassino extremely angry with him. You know Assassino, he doesn't let things lie. He's going to be coming after Jeff Tyler in the near future.
That's if Jeff Tyler first can survive the Invincible One, Brett Evans. As you see, he had his spine just about rearranged there by Brett Evans, who now merely mocking the Skyflyer. Once again, the pace of the match slowing right down in Brett Evans' favor. Keeping the Skyflyer grounded, which is where Brett Evans definitely takes the advantage over Jeff Tyler.
But the longer Evans keeps Jeff Tyler on his back, the less aerial maneuvers he has to deal with. I think it's a great strategy.
The question is, going into Spring Meltdown, what does Brett Evans need to look forward to in Leo London? What does he need to prepare for? What do our fans maybe not know about Leo London from HIW Canada?
Leo London's not unlike Jeff Tyler. He's a smaller star, he's fast, he's technical, and he likes to use those aerial moves. This will be a perfect tune-up for Brett Evans.
Speaking of those aerial moves, a nice Hurricanrana from Jeff Tyler taking Brett Evans down as he now waits for the Invincible One to get back up to his feet. And again, Jeff Tyler looking to go to that top rope, somewhere where he's quite comfortable in a HIW Wildside ring. Beautiful drop kick from the Skyflyer.
Smart by Evans again, slowing the pace down, rolling out of the ring, buying himself a little bit of time to recover from that missile drop kick.
And Jeff getting the fans here tonight right behind him as he's gearing up for something big. But the clever Brett Evans catching him on that one. A calculated risk, did not pay off for the Skyflyer on that occasion.
Well, who do we have here?
Let's see, that seems to be the HIW Provincial Champion Kat Von Heez and Bobby Sharpe heading down to the ring. She seems to be stopping Bobby Sharpe from going to the ring, though.
Yeah, they're not on the same page.
They haven't been on the same page at all, really, lately, the two of them, which is why we're going to be seeing them later tonight in that Provincial Championship matchup. What do we got here from the Invincible One? What a nice counter into the submission hold. Jeff Tyler is a long ways away from these ropes. It is going to be a long way for him to try to break that one. I think Brett Evans now sees who's down at ringside, and his eye is now on both the Kat Von Heez and Bobby Sharpe.
I guess turnabout is fair play in this case. Evans has interfered in a number of Sharpe and Von Heez's matches in the past.
And the quick roll up. And it's all over. The Sky Flyer picking up the win here against Brett Evans. Not boding very well for Brett Evans heading into Spring Meltdown.
He's got to be disappointed with that. It was a quick, small package roll-up and 1, 2, 3 count.
We got to hope for better, especially if our own GM Dice Steele wants to become the CEO of HIW Canada. He's going to have to hope for much better out of Brett Evans. And hopefully maybe we'll get to see better out of Brett Evans coming up soon at the next HIW Wildside event, because we have one more stop on the road towards Battle Arts ourselves.
Yeah, Tyler, you better enjoy that belt while you have it, because there's a masked man coming for you.
Speak of that masked man, the devil himself has just entered. And Jeff Tyler taking it to El Asesino here and up over top of those ropes. Jeff Tyler very prepared for El Asesino. Trying to pull the dirty one on Jeff Tyler, but not getting the better of the Sky Flyer in this occasion.
Wow, unbelievable. He's coming out tonight. Asesino means business.
And getting serenaded by the audience here in Saskatoon. Definitely not fans of the masked one, El Asesino, at all. Well, the Sky Flyer definitely going to need to continue to watch his back as we move towards Spring Meltdown, as we head towards Battle Arts as well, because El Asesino means business, and he will not stop until he gets his hands on the Sky Flyer, Jeff Tyler.
Tyler escaped this time, but I'm not thinking it's going to go so well next time.
Jeff Tyler also got to worry about the fact that El Asesino has got El Musculo watching his back as well too. So at any point in time, El Musculo could be right around the corner for an attack on Jeff Tyler as well. So definitely an interesting start to the night. We've got a lot coming up here in HIW. As we've mentioned, Spring Meltdown is Friday, the 27th of April. If you haven't yet, get your tickets for that one, or go on over to Speckle Billy's and get yourself onto the party bus. They're going to be heading down to see the big guy Ryback, former WWE superstar, as he takes on HIW Canada's Mike McSugar. And we also got Battle Arts, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes coming to town to take on Michael Allen, Richard Clark. But speaking of Battle Arts, we got a 6-man contract on a pole match anyway. And this man going to be taking place in that match. Brice the Slammer Sova. What a threatening individual he is. Very imposing individual, in fact.
Oh, you know what? Regina and HIW have Ryback coming in for their big show, but we've got Brice the Slammer Sova. This is a 240-pound powerhouse. We don't need Ryback, we got the Slammer.
And definitely a fan favorite here in Saskatoon. We absolutely love Brice the Slammer Sova. And so do the children apparently too, as he lifts them up and gets them involved. You would think a man looking so menacing like that couldn't have a heart of gold, but a heart of gold he does have. But he's also got the fighting heart of a warrior when he gets inside that squared circle. but it's going to be a powerhouse versus a very intelligent individual here tonight, as Slammer is going to be taking on Bucky McGraw from HIW Canada. What can you tell the fans about Bucky McGraw?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting match in terms of contrasting styles. Like you said, wrestling's smartest man, Bucky McGraw. He's a competent chain wrestler. He's always got a plan. And then you have the raw power and straight ahead force of the Slammer. The Slammer's only got one way to do things. He picks you up and he slams you down.
Slammer's going to have gold on his mind as well too, because as he heads into Battle Arts, if he grabs that contract off the pole, he's going to be entitled to a championship match at some point down the road here. Slammer probably going to be looking for a strong finish to 2018 or a stronger half to 2018 with hopefully a championship gold around his waist too. Other people inside that contract on a pole match also include Ace Riviera, Davey O'Doyle, Sheik Shabazz, Braden Parsons, and Aiden Adams as well. So it's going to be quite the showing. We have got one hell of a card for the fans on Saturday, May the 19th coming up. And there he is, HIW Canada. It's very own Bucky McGraw, the most intelligent man in professional wrestling.
Also a huge favorite in the Saskatoon Wildside rings. Not exactly sure why, but the fans here love him. They chant his name. You can see by the reception he's getting, he's a big favorite around Saskatoon.
He is an enjoyable person, and you know what? The one thing we can say about the fans in Saskatoon, it doesn't matter if you're from Regina, from Saskatoon, anywhere in between, or another province completely. We love pure wrestling here in Saskatoon, and Bucky McGraw gives us pure wrestling. So if there was a favorite in particular in this matchup, who do you think has the advantage?
There's no way I could bet against the Slammer. This guy is just sheer power personified. He comes straight at you. He's a juggernaut. I'm going with the Slammer all the way.
Slammer's had his differences with HIW Wildside's Sheik Shabazz as of late. The two of them having some incredible encounters. A lot of back and forth between the two of them as well too. And they are going to be going up against each other at Battle Arts in that contract on a pole match. Will the fact that those two have got a little bit of a history with each other play a factor into their match on May the 19th? Is it going to be something that they need to worry about as they head into that particular encounter?
Absolutely. I think that when you have a goal in a match like that of grabbing that contract off the pole, you have to keep your eyes on the prize. You have to keep your focus. You have to keep your motivation strong. If Shabazz and the Slammer let their emotions get involved, that's when you can lose a match quickly.
And you can see Slammer always loved by the children out there, giving his hat to be watched by that young man in the audience. That probably made that young man's evening right there. And that's what you got to love about HIW Wildside. You come out to the shows, these guys are going to interact with you. The kids have a good time. The parents have a good time. Everyone has a good time at a Wildside show. So we want to thank you for joining us live at the shows and also joining us every single Saturday here for Wildside Television.
You fans got to keep it down sometimes. I can't hear myself think over here.
It's nice to have that ruckus crowd to work with, but yes, it definitely makes us have to bring up the vocals just that little bit more each and every time. But I can imagine you want to talk about being drowned out. Come May the 19th, we are going to have one hell of a time contending with the fans at that crowd. We've got many tickets already sold out for HIW Wildside Presents Battle Arts 5. So if you haven't got your tickets already, I suggest getting your tickets as soon as possible from any one of our wonderful sponsors or from HIWCanada.com, because you do not want to miss out when the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes comes to town to take on our very own Michael Allen Richard Clark.
They hold Battle Arts in the Sutherland Curling Club. There's a lot more room in there, but there are going to be a lot of fans attending that show. We'll need every inch of room we can get. Now, McGraw so far avoiding the obvious strategy of the Slammer with body slams. Hasn't taken a hard one yet. Will he be able to keep away from that power?
Bucky will do everything he can, but you know it's going to be hard to stay away from Brice the Slammer Sova when you're in the squared circle with him. Once those slams start coming, they don't stop. Looks like the two of them trying to get into one another's head, but not working on either one of these men.
You know, the Slammer tonight with that face makeup, he looks like he's channeling the Road Warriors from the 1980s or something. I really like that look on him.
I do too. And you know, one thing I got to say about Brice the Slammer Sova is from the time I started watching him to today, what an improvement in changing up his game and stuff like that. You know, you start to think that the slam is his one go-to, and yet he continues to surprise us each and every week with something a little bit different and a little bit better, which is also a great strategy going into matches with his opponents because they don't know how to prepare for the new stuff that Slammer is going to deliver. Nice side headlock there from Brice the Slammer Sova as he takes Bucky down.
Bucky not going to get anywhere trying to match strength with the Slammer Sova.
Definitely going to need to rely more on quickness and pace and outsmarting as well too. Sometimes that intelligence level is all you need against a big guy in there. It comes down to the whole David versus Goliath thing, and it is very possible for the smaller guy to get the advantage, but they have to be smart about it.
Yeah, here again, he's trying to match strength with Sova. He's going to get nowhere with this.
There, you said it best right there. Not going to get anywhere with it. Brice the Slammer Sova taking the advantage back his direction. Well, it was the quickness, the smartness, and the athletic ability there that gave Bucky McGraw the advantage. Wow. Talk about athletic ability.
Wasn't expecting that cartwheel, I'll tell you that much.
Narrowly avoiding the slam there once again. But again, that comes with that surprise I talked about earlier with Brice the Slammer Sova. You just never know what you're going to get from the big guy. Might make it very difficult for his other 5 opponents to prepare to go into that contract on a pole match with him as well. Such an intensity from Brice the Slammer Sova. Really working on the left arm of Bucky McGraw.
This is more of a wrestling match than I anticipated.
And a backflip now from Brice Slammer Sova. He's just chock full of surprises here this evening, and finally the slam connects and Bucky is down. This crowd is going wild.
Once the Slammer connects with that first body slam, that momentum will start. You better watch out, he's a freight train.
But he also can't spend too much time playing to the audience and taking his eye off the prize, because Bucky McGraw is not somebody you want to give time to recover like this. And up and over goes Brice the Slammer Sova. Bucky now firmly in control of this. And that hanging drop kick to the back of Brice the Slammer Sova.
Quick 2 count, but the Slammer's not going down that easily.
Again, Bucky trying to find anything in him to keep away from going to a slam from Sova, and unfortunately not being able to avoid it that time. But only a 2 count, Bucky managing to get out of that one.
Slammer's not worried about it. This partisan crowd here in Saskatoon isn't sure who to root for. They love both of these superstars.
It's usually pretty clear cut in Saskatoon when either one of them is taking on anybody else inside that squared circle, but with the two of them in there, we seem to have mixed reactions going on. I'm going for another variation of a slam. This one particular choke slam that Sova's looking for. But the power slam will do in this case. Got to compliment Sova, definitely hooking the leg, definitely a strong point when you're going for a pinfall on your opponent. Make sure to hook that leg so it's not easy for them to get out of that pinfall.
And if you're wondering about the impact of the body slams that Brice Sova delivers, there was a card in 2017 where the slammer actually broke the ring by repeatedly slamming his opponent. This guy does not mess around.
I do recall that particular moment in time. Definitely a little bit of a setback, and you know, his opponent was definitely worse for wear, having to go on halfway through the ring that evening. Bucky with the elbows, fighting back now. And we're back to Slam City all over again.
And another one.
Again, we only hope that that ring has been reinforced there tonight, as you were saying, it is not unlike Slammer to slam an opponent right through that apron. It almost makes me wonder if that's why HIW Canada was not willing to allow Slammer to step in the ring with the big guy Ryback on April the 27th, for fear that he might put the big guy straight through that ring apron.
And there might not be a ring in the world that could hold those two.
And the power there to bring Bucky right back to his feet, and the choke slam delivered. Could this be it? No. How close was that one?
I could have swore that was a 3 count, Munson.
I swore it was too.
Yeah, this is the position that Bucky McGraw does not want to be in right now. That Brice the Slammer Sova is delivering those body slams at will. Bucky's looking hurt. Bucky's looking out of it. This is not going good for wrestling's smartest man.
Well, the smartest man still found a way to find I'd swear like a millisecond before a 3 count there, because any closer and it was all but over. Bucky definitely looking worse for wear as he tries to climb himself back up through the rope there. And the roll up from Bucky. Not enough to put away the big man though. Wow, what power that must have taken from Bucky McGraw.
The momentum of this match has shifted.
Nearly a 3 count as well too. What a back and forth we are getting between Bucky McGraw and Brice the Slammer Sova here this evening. Incredible matchup.
Now it's Bucky's turn to channel the energy of the fans.
Nice big splash from Bucky in the corner. Oh, he nearly took Sova's head off with that one. Every single time, that count is getting closer and closer.
Now Sova looks to be in trouble. This is a back and forth match.
A good question to ask would be, if Bucky McGraw were here to win here tonight, do you believe that he would then be entitled to get a shot at Brice the Slammer Sova's contract if Sova were to come up the victor on May 19th?
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Bucky McGraw is always looking for his next step. He's looking for his next accomplishment. This is a 15-year veteran in HIW. His experience is not to be underestimated.
A huge, powerful slam there.
Whoa.
And it's over.
Oh.
Slammer picking up the win, but you know what? Both men putting on one hell of a contest here tonight.
It's a great match, but McGraw's not getting over in the power of Brice the Slammer Sova.
So victory definitely going to look good for Brice the Slammer Sova as he gears towards Battle Arts and that contract on a pole match. An opportunity at a championship on the line. Brice the Slammer Sova, definitely a strong individual going into that particular match. And definitely a strong contender here on the Wildside brand as well. This is what makes Wildside the superior show in all of professional wrestling.
Little show of sportsmanship after the match here. I'm not sure if Bucky's going for it.
What a class act Bucky McGraw is. Good to see the sportsmanship when it's well deserved between two individuals like this who have just put on one barn burner of a match. So as we said before, if you haven't yet, make sure to get your tickets to HIW Canada's show coming up, Spring Meltdown, April 27th. And then, after you've gone and seen that one, we definitely want to see you out for May 19th at Battle Arts as well. And if you happen to be at one of the shows, feel free to come have a look around. You'll see myself, you'll see Papa Smokes there. Come say hi to us, come meet us. We'd love to meet all of you because we appreciate being welcomed into your home each and every Saturday for Wildside TV. Been quite a success. We've had quite a viewing so far with Wildside TV, and we hope to continue to grow it as well. So make sure you go and share these videos around. Make sure everybody knows that Wildside TV is where it's at, and it's coming up. And speaking of Battle Arts right there, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and he's going to be in town here, so make sure you get your tickets for that. Tickets are going fast, a lot of space available, but it's not going to be available for too much longer. So it is time for our Provincial Wildside Championship bout. The champion Kat Von Heez is going to be going up against Bobby Sharpe. And Kat Von Heez has been one amazing champion that we have had here in the Wildside brand, having won the title back in, I believe it was September, when she fought 3 times in a single night, including beating Michael Richard Blaze in the finals to become the champion. But she's had her differences with this man right here, her own husband, Bobby Sharpe. What do we know about Bobby Sharpe?
Bobby Sharpe's an experienced competitor. He's wrestled all around Canada, throughout the US, and he's motivated to win this Wildside Provincial title from Kat Von Heez.
But don't you think at this point he should be happy for his wife and be at her side as opposed to trying to battle her and take that title away from her?
Well, you know something, Munson, that a lot of people say Papa Smokes is old school, that he's from an era gone by, and I happen to agree with Bobby Sharpe that Kat Von Heez doesn't belong with men in an HIW wrestling ring. She should be in the ladies division. I don't like it. She came out and won this title, but Sharpe wants to be the man to wear that title around his waist.
Well, he can do all he can, but you know what? We have got one hell of a champion in Kat Von Heez. She makes a hell of a Wildside champion, and she'll make a hell of a champion anywhere else around the world as well, too. One of the greatest, most experienced in-ring competitors that we have, and probably the most beloved by our Wildside wrestling fans. If there is anyone I get asked about the most when it comes to the Wildside roster, it is Kat Von Heez. I know the fans have been asking for a match of hers on Wildside TV each and every week, and you know what? We're glad to be bringing it here to you tonight. This is going to be one hell of a main event here.
Should be a hell of a match, but I'm not sure they're going to have much of a marriage after this is done.
Hopefully they'll be able to still put their differences aside and realize that it's all about competition. It's all about the Provincial Championship. Everybody wants to be the champion, but only one can be.
You know what, Munson? This might be great for their relationship in the long run. Von Heez can get pinned by Bobby Sharpe. Bobby Sharpe can do the wrestling and wear the belt around his waist. And Kat can go back to cleaning the house, cooking in the kitchen, and having some babies.
You know what? In this modern world, I think it's quite the opposite. Maybe Kat Von Heez can go on to win the championship, and Bobby Sharpe can head on home. He can do the cooking, he can do the cleaning, and he can do everything else around the household, because it's time for a new era, and that new era starts with someone the likes of Kat Von Heez. Wonderful wrestler, wonderful human being, deserves every bit of the success she's had inside the squared circle. What is Bobby Sharpe trying to convince her of at this time? Trying to get inside the mind of our champion.
Big part of this game will be the mental aspect of it. It will be getting inside your opponent's head, and probably a certain amount of trickery, I would imagine.
Bobby going for the quick roll-up here on Kat. But it's not enough to put the champion down. You're going to have to do a lot more than that. And as he runs away like the scared little man that he is.
Scared? Do you think he's scared of his own wife in that ring? I think he's going to show her a thing or two. I think he's going to show her who the man in this situation is. I think he might just take this belt off of her.
Oh, sometimes I think Bobby Sharpe's afraid of his own shadow. Brett Evans, though.
My business long enough to have an actual match? You want to watch me my match later tonight and then come and lay down, Bobby? Yeah! Control your woman here! See, here's a history lesson for you. Bobby Sharpe, I pinned you. Kat Von Heez, I pinned you. The only time I ever lose around here is when you two stick your noses in my business. So here's what we're doing right now. Since you already gave up, Bobby, Kat, I'm going down here for my title shot right now.
Looks like Brett Evans looking to get involved in this particular encounter. Feeling that he is worthy of a title shot, but Bobby Sharpe not having any of it. If there's one common ground that Bobby Sharpe and Kat Von Heez both share, it is their disdain for Brett Evans. Two of them now working together to take the Invincible One out.
Evans taking the smart move and rolling out. Now nice steal.
I told you you had no business in this match or in this ring. And since you two can't seem to separate your home life or your bedroom life from this life, this match is done. This title deserves to be on a grander stage. Therefore, at Spring Meltdown in Regina, Kat Von Heez will defend the title against Bobby Sharpe. And by order of Dice Steel, if anybody interferes in that match, they will be fired.
Ross laying down the law and making one hell of a match. But now Bobby's gone and attacked Kev Von Heez. What a despicable human being Bobby Sharpe is.
It's his wife. He can do whatever he wants.
Just because there's a ring on the finger doesn't mean he owns her. Bobby Sharpe looking under the... Oh my goodness, a table has come out. This is not going to be pretty. Folks, if you're faint at heart, I don't know if you're going to want to watch what Bobby Sharpe has in mind here for Cat Von Heez. These might be trained professionals, but that there is a wooden table, and there is only intent to hurt when it comes to the wooden table.
When Bobby Sharpe means business here, he's going to soften Von Heez up with some kind of a move involving the table. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for Cat Von Heez. Oh boy.
Heading to the top rope now. Cat laid out on the table. This does not bode well for the champion. But Brett Evans coming to the rescue, or is he just not a fan of Bobby Sharpe?
Yeah, he wants to inflict damage on both Sharpe and Von Heez, I think. Oh boy.
Ugly intentions that he's got here. Cat back to her feet. Thank goodness she is back to her feet.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, through the table.
Oh Jesus.
Bodies lying everywhere. What carnage we have got here tonight on Wildside TV.
What an impact. We gotta have injured wrestlers here. This is just unbelievable.
You like that, don't you? So how about this? The winner of the title match at Spring Meltdown will come back to Battle Arts for the main event. Will be the Provincial champion will defend it in the tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Oh, and Dice Steel, man, just laying down the law, giving us one hell of an announcement here tonight. So you heard it, folks. Spring Meltdown. Cat Von Heez, Bobby Sharpe for the Wildside Provincial Championship with no interference allowed from anybody under the orders of Dice Steel. They will be fired if they interfere. On top of that, the winner of that match is going to bring the title back on May 19th to Battle Art. To tables, ladders, chairs match. Good God, what an announcement.
Huge announcement from Dice Steel here. Huge stipulation for the upcoming pay-per-view. This is just massive.
It is huge announcement as we head towards Spring Meltdown, head towards Battle Arts. It's all going down well. We want to thank you once again for having us in your homes. I am the real Bobby Munson, and this has been Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, any final words from you tonight?
Great evening of wrestling. Just can't wait for the next time. This is awesome.